ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍। ସାର୍
डिसमिस कला बेलକୁ କଟି ଯାଉଛି ନା ତମ ସେଟିଂ
हेलो हेलो पुष्पिता
ये बारे में मैसेज ऐसे नो ओपन।
हेलो पुष्पिता मैडम।
सर नमस्कार।
नमस्कार द्विवेदी सर। नमस्कार
सर नमस्कार। गुड आफ्टरनून।
गुड आफ्टरनून सर।
तो पुष्पिता कोड गले कहीं दे
हाँ दैट्स गुड स्टार्ट
गले कहीं इनागुरल होनी सर पुष्पिता को मत डाकन कहीं से सुनु नहीं मनोज सर
आज्ञा
पुष्पिता कोड गले यार दुटा हेलानी दुटा क्रॉस करी हेलानी
हेलो पुष्पिता मैडम।
Splendid good afternoon to all. On behalf of the Department of Education, Remuna Degree College, I am Pushpita Sahu. Would like to welcome our Principal Madam, all the participants and keynote speakers, Dr. Manoj Kumar Pradhan, Associate Professor in Education, Anandpur Training College, Yangjam, Odisha. Another is respected Ramanand Dwivedi sir, Assistant Professor in Education, KKS Women's College, Baleshwar, Odisha, to this webinar on Higher Education and National Education Policy 2020. According to Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Really, education is the process by which society deliberately transmits its accumulated knowledge, skills and values one generation to another generation. It gives us moral teaching as well as prowess, and it shows our real image in the society. In this webinar, we will discuss so many innovative ideas about the National Education Policy 2020. Before going to the topic, I would like to the Principal Mistress Jayanti Naik Madam for welcome address. Madam, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Okay. Good afternoon to all. Dear Excellency, distinguished keynote speaker Dr. Manoj Kumar Pradhan, Associate Professor in Education, Anchalika Training College, Andhapur, and Dr. Remuna, Assistant Professor in Education, KKS Women's College, Baleshwar, and participants. Today we are going to discuss webinar topic on Higher Education and National Education Policy 2020. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. Higher education gives in post-secondary institution of learning and usually affording at the end of course of study, and it is to enable society to make progress through an understanding of itself and its world into sustain a learning society. To meet the learning needs and aspirations of individuals through the development of their intellectual ability and aptitudes throughout their lives, and equips individuals to make the best use of their talents and of the opportunities offered by society for self-fulfillment. In India, there are so many problems in higher education, like decreasing teaching quality, 30 to 40% faculty person are vacant, most faculty lack quality in teaching, research and training, outdated right curricular, and the absence of employer engagement in the course content and skill development, pedagogy and assessment are focused on input and rote learning, higher student-teacher ratio due to the lack of teaching staff, and pressure to enrollment students divide between research and training. None of the universities and institutions from India are in the list of the top 100 universities in the world, lack of research capacity and innovations. Financing, privatization, quota systems, political factor, moral issues, gap in supply and demand, mushrooming of low quality institutions. In 2018, India's higher education system was ranked 26th in the world in the QS Higher Education Systems Stress Ranking 2018, and is especially well known for the quality of its education in engineering and technology subjects, spearheaded by the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. In descending order, South Korea, Japan, Singapore, Hong Kong and Finland life rankings for strongest education system in 2015. According to MBC Times, these countries outperforms others because they value engagement and accountability culturally, and their education system emphasize effort over inherent smartness. Children attend school 7 days a week and are expected to work very hard from a young age. As a result, South Korea had made impressive strides in literary rates. In 2020, a survey was conducted from January to April, gathering over 196,300 replies based on the list United Kingdom comes out on top as having the most well-developed education system in the world for 2020. In the second place, United States, followed by Australia, the Netherlands, and Sweden. India rank was 33 positions in the world. Education system ranking was an annual perception-based global survey of university students, industrialists, academic educational professor, associate professor, universities professor, visiting professor, global business executive, and education policy expert. Really, our country rank position was not good. Over the last few years, major changes have occurred in the world ranking of national education system. We should improve our quality. There are 3 national policy statements on education in India. First is of 1986, second 1960 in first, second 1986, and again was modified in the year 1992. We know the Union Cabinet approved a new national education policy on July 29th after 34 years gap. The National Education Policy 2020 is meant to provide an overarching vision and comprehensive framework for both school and higher education across the country. The National Education Policy 2020 highlights 3 points. Number 1, ensuring universal access at all levels of schooling from pre-primary school to grade 12. Number 2, ensuring quality early childhood care and education for all children between 3 to 6 years. And number 3, new curricular and pedagogical structure, that is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 patterns. The policy aims to universalize the pre-primary education by 2025 and provide foundation literacy for all by 2025. Policy provides guidance, consistency, accountability, efficiency, and clarity on how an organized operation. The education policy must includes 3 very important aspects. Number 1, incorporating process to be in synchronized with the global trends. Number 2, effective skill training to based employability. Number 3, effective implementation of technology to improve teaching learning process. Is new education policy fruitful for us? There are lots of questions inside our mind about the new education policy. We have to listen today from our resource persons. Many thanks to Education Department to organize state level webinar with a good topic. Before concluding my talk, I want to say education does not change the world. Education changes people. People changes the world. So a change towards education is needed. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam, for your welcome address on this auspicious webinar. It is my pleasure to introduce our keynote, Dr. Manoj Kumar Pradhan sir, Associate Professor in Education, Anandpur Anchalik Training College, Keonjhar, Odisha. Sir has 21 years of teaching experience and he has published more than 30 articles in national and international journals. Sir has guided many scholars for MPhil and PhD degree. Out of them, 3 scholars have been awarded in PhD degree. Sir, you are most welcome to the webinar. Please deliver your talk to our participants. Please, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Puspita madam. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Revered Principal Madam, Revered the Speaker, Dwivedi sir, Dr. Dwivedi, respected Mrs. Puspita Sahu, Assistant Professor and Convener of this webinar, also respected Mrs. Amrita Gopi Mohanty, Assistant Professor and also co-convener of this webinar. I have the pleasure to just thinkings and feelings and views regarding an important policy, that is national policy on education. And the time is very short, only 15 minutes have been given to me. So in this occasion, I, without spending or wasting any time, I think it will be proper and appropriate in my part to just start about the topic. Respected Principal Madam rightly gave our introductory note and also touched many aspects of National Policy in Education 2020 and also gave a very broader outlook, broader view about some of the educational system abroad, like in South Korea and other countries of the world. So I am also thankful to her for this sharing. So before starting this, I want to just give you the context or the background of this policy. As Madam has already told that the first national policy on education started in 1968, following the policy of Kothari Commission, 1964-66. That is also known as Indian Education Commission. And the second policy, National Policy on Education, that came into existence in 1986, and its revised document came in 1992, and a major change occurred after that 86 policy. For example, Navodaya Vidyalaya, rural universities, other many changes came into existence. And this policy, that is 2020 policy, just as Madam told, it came after 34 years of 86 policy. And in this 34-year, India, as well as this world, has progressed a lot from an agrarian economy to an industrial economy, and also to the mobile technology, to internet technology, and many changes have occurred. If we won't change our policy, then we will be lagging behind other countries of the world. So the government has rightly took the decision in January 2015 and also set up a committee under former Secretary T.S.R. Subramanian, who also had consultations with the various dignitaries, officers, educationists, and stakeholders of education regarding this policy. And based on this recommendation, in June 2017, a draft committee was formed and chaired by